As the deadly tension between Israel and Hamas continues, the death toll on both sides is now in the thousands, and fear of the Israel-Hamas war spreading around the region grows. U.S. Army retired Lieutenant General William Troy joins me now again. Sir, we spoke last week, and I appreciate it. We've been hearing about a potential Israeli ground invasion now into Gaza for the past week. We've heard a lot of rhetoric of those of you who are outside Gaza will soon see it from the inside, and we hear the word imminent all the time. But Israel is largely held off on that kind of large-scale ground invasion. First, I'd like to know why you think that is, and then if it does happen in the way that people think it will, what would it look like?
Well, Phil, I think they've probably held off, at least for the time being, in conjunction with the release of the hostages and that first convoy of aid coming through. So that from a distance, that would seem to make sense, that you want those things to happen. You don't want to complicate already complicated negotiations going on. But if it does unfold, as you've asked, I think this is not necessarily going to be a massive onslaught of the IDF. I think it might be more targeted, going after specific places in Gaza that they want to get to, kind of geographic-oriented places. But there'll also be force-oriented, where they're going after, I would say, the top-tier leadership of Hamas. And their ultimate objective is to remove Hamas as a threat to Israel. And I think that means both that top tier of leadership and the means which Hamas uses to prosecute their attacks.
You have some unique knowledge here. I'd like to get your thoughts on what's happening behind the scenes to avoid a bigger conflict, possibly a regional war. I mean, we can see what, the assets the United States has sent over there, and actually they've shot down some missiles and drones. But what's happening behind the scenes, things that we don't see?
Well, I think that the presence of the carriers says a lot to both sides. Certainly, it is a warning, I would say, to Iran not to get directly involved, nor with their proxies to make a difficult situation even worse. So I think that's part of the messaging that's going on. And then I suspect that at a diplomatic level, through intermediaries, there's probably a lot of messages going back and forth because no one wants a misunderstanding to cause a greater conflict. But I think that being in a position of strength as we are now is probably the most effective messaging. And I believe that's what's going on right now.
All right, Lieutenant General William Troy, thank you so much for taking the time again this Saturday.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.